Hello and welcome back to VARC 1000. This is lesson number 2 or module number 6, paragraph summary number 2. In the last lesson we learned that don't be lazy, don't look for perfect summaries because there might be feeble echoes and you find the beast in the answer choices. I hope you understand what feeble echoes are. These are something is mentioned in the passage. It's something is written in the answer choices which is not exactly the same but related to the same. So those things. Okay, so we'll continue to do this. We read for structure, we retain key ideas, and we'll be the bees, we'll find the bees in those answer choices. I told in the last lesson that there are two types of answer choices that get created. Either the answer choices are long or the answer choices are short. In this particular lesson we will look at short answer choices. Now we will do the same. Okay, we'll chunk and check and we'll find the bees, but let me actually talk about creating short answer choices. See, I have created questions of mocks and other things, not for every single mock, but I've created questions during my stint as, I would say, teacher, mentor, and so on and so forth. I've always found it's much easier to create long answer choices because I've got the entire passage, right? I create a summary, which is a long one, and creating long answer choices is keep the same structure, add one word here, change something there, and this. So because both of them looks very similar. And you think answer choice is close and all, but actually it is not close. But I can easily create wrong answer choices if I create these answer choices which are long. But creating short answer choices requires some effort because it's just short. If the trap is very blatant, you'll easily pick it up. You'll find it slightly difficult in long answer choices, but in short answers you easily pick it up. So I have to create these answer choices intelligently so that the traps are not very obvious. Only those who have read the passage, retain the key idea, should be able to answer this question. I'll have to trap all the lazy readers or people who did not have complete understanding of the particular passage that they read. So creating short answer choices is in fact slightly more challenging for the question setter than creating long answer choices. Usually you'll find long answer choices, but there are cases you find short answer choices as well. Let's start with 2019 slot number 1 from IMK. I told you this is just, I've mentioned this just that we have to eventually identify the question setter to, you know what we do, right? But otherwise we just don't care which institute create these questions. Okay, so let's look at this. First of all, you see these answer choices, simple short ones, and all the answer choices has got sort of thought, think, thoughts. So then we have other talk about speech, which is human communication. That's also speech. Communication is one speech. This does not have speech. Then we have got one thing which has got displaced reference, which others don't have displaced reference. Then you have probably this would be very similar related to absence of any stimulus, probably that. But you see lot of things. So some extra word is added in one environment. Then you have words like these precedes. I can say precede here. I can definitely see what I can see this. What is it? I can see humans, human, our head, which means we are humans, humans. Lot of elements are there in the answer choices. Of course, this is not how you start solving it. It's not like you should analyze the answer choice first. This is just for just letting you know how question setter create these answer choices. I'm definitely not asking you to start looking at answer choices first. We have to read the passage first. We always read the passage first. A distinguishing feature of language is our ability to refer to absent things known as displaced reference. So the first sentence talks about what is displaced reference. It is our ability to refer to absent things, things that are not there. We can refer to things that are not there. Okay, great. A speaker can bring distance reference to mind in the absence of any obvious stimuli. So the second sentence is essentially explaining the first sentence. So far, essentially, something exists as displaced reference, which means that in the absence of any obvious stimuli, in the absence of things, we are able to refer to them. That is a feature of a language. Great, so far. Thoughts are not limited to the here and now. Thoughts not limited to the here and now, which means thoughts that are not just limited to stuff that we see, also stuff that we can't see. Can pop up in your heads for unfathomable reason. For whatever is the reason, thoughts pop up in your head. This ability to think about distinct things necessarily precedes the ability to talk about them. Think first, then only we can talk. This take necessarily precedes. This is the only if condition. So it's a necessary condition, right? So thoughts precede meaningful referential communication. Okay, a prerequisite for the emergence of human-like meaningful symbol is that mental categories they relate to can be invoked even in the absence of immediate stimuli. So basically, it's talking about referring to absent things. Okay, we are thinking about things that are absent. We are using language to talk about things that are absent without any stimuli. And say the first we should think about them, then only we can communicate about them. This is basically what the passage is saying, right? First we have to think, then we have to communicate with them. This is what the passage is telling us. Okay, let's start. Thoughts precede all speech acts, and these thoughts pop up in your heads even in the absence of any stimulus. Now the problem that I have is saying that it says thought precedes all speech acts, and these thoughts pop up in our heads even in the absence of stimulus. Now these thoughts preceding this entire discussion about specifically related to ability to refer absent things, displaced reference. The discussion is about displaced reference. This seems to be something that is a red flag clearly. That's in extreme. So this is likely going to be something that is going to be out. The ability to think about objects not present in your environment. Great. We have the ability to think about object not present in the environment precedes the development of human communication. That's good before we can actually communicate about things that are not present in the environment. We need to think about them, and this actually captures essence of it. Every element is true. I think this is good. We'll keep this on hold. There is no problem. I can see some echoes, right? So but there is nothing obviously wrong. This one is definitely something that is obviously wrong, right? Thoughts are essential to communication, and only humans have the ability to think about objects not present in the surrounding. Now this is, when you look at this answer choice, right? This is one clear way in which this question setter creates its true sidetracks, which means there are information that are true. For example, the fact that thoughts are essential to communication would be correct. Only humans have the ability to think about objects not present in the environment, which is a distinguishing feature of language in our ability. So in that sense, I think there is a feeble echo that is also implied in the particular passage. When you are confronted with two things which seems to be true, you will have to then look at which one actually captures the main point. This one is not the point of the passage. The passage is not talking about this. The passage purpose, look at the purpose of this particular passage. Purpose of the particular passage is not to say that humans are amazing. The purpose of the particular passage is to talk about this idea called displaced reference, or our ability to think about things that are not present or things that are absent, right? And that ability to think actually precedes our ability to talk about them. So that is what author wants to say. So this cannot be the answer. Displaced reference is particular to humans. Okay. All right. Okay. And thought pops up in our head for no real reason. Couple of issues. It first talks about unfathomable reason. Unfathomable means something that cannot be explained. So this is this in itself is an issue. Okay. Now, even if we feel that there is a sort of an echo, a loose echo that is there, then we come back and evaluate this again, this particular answer choice. Okay. Which one has it? So let's look at displaced reference. Then this is another concept known as coverage. Which answer choice has got more coverage? So let's look at displaced reference, for example. This is ability to think about object not present in environment is a displaced reference. It's particular to human is obviously not mentioned in answer choice number 2. But if you look at from the context of the particular passage, is it an important thing? Is the author trying to, it's the purpose of this particular passage is talk about how amazing humans are, and there is something that we can I think that's also very similar to this, the ability to think about object not present. But this answer choice actually gets into the fact that it precedes human communication. 2 is actually giving more information that is relevant to the purpose as to why author wrote this particular passage than what 4 is actually doing. Even if I, for the time being, consider no real reason to be loosely connected to unfathomable reason. Okay. Even if I agree that it is loosely connected to it, still answer choice for number 4 is a problem. I told you when people are going to create short answer choices, right, there would be cases where you will have to look at 2 answer choices which seems to be true, 3 answer choices which seems to be true, and then you are actually trying to figure out which one is actually aligned to the purpose, intention of the particular author. This thing will not happen in most of the cases, 99% of the cases, when the answer choice is captured long. I have to create a wrong answer choice which is very long. It is a challenge. I'll have to add some problem somewhere. I cannot create a complete, imagine this, right? So the passage has got, let's say, 100 words. I have created an answer choice which is, let's say, 40 words, which means I would have captured all information from anywhere. I cannot create another 40 words answer choice which is still true but wrong. Impossible. 40 words means I would have captured many information here. So in these kind of long captures, what is definitely going to happen is that you will definitely find the beast. In the short captures, you will have to eventually evaluate answer choices which are essentially the true but not the right answer, the true sidetrack options. So again, we start with eliminating the obvious ones. We see something true, we put it on hold. We feel that another thing is true, immediately evaluate between both and pick one. Okay, so we chucked 3, we picked 2. Then we go to the next one, it also seems to be true, then evaluate between these 2 and then pick one. How do you evaluate? When I evaluate, I have to chunk it, right? And chunk it and look at, for example, sentence number 4. What is the sentence number 4's main idea of sentence number 4 is to talk about the fact that somehow humans are amazing in doing certain things, but the passage is not talking about that. Answer choice in this case, answer choice number 2. I will try and make all answer choice look very similar. I will try and make a couple of them actually true statement. I will do everything. Don't fall for this. Get up. We will survive. We will not only survive, we will ensure that we do a fantastic job. Let's look at the next question by I am Indore. Oh, did you get this wrong? Okay. For nearly a century, be careful about this word, right? So whenever you see this extreme word here, extreme words would be allowed in the answer choice. Okay. For nearly a century, most psychologists have embraced one view of intelligence. Okay. That is intelligence. Only one view. There's one view of it. This is what intelligence is. Only one view of intelligence. This is what most psychologists thought. Okay. Individuals are born with more or less more or less intelligent potential IQ. This potential is heavily influenced by hereditary and difficult to alter Experts in measurement can determine the person's intelligence early in life, currently from paper and pencil measures, perhaps eventually from examining the brain in action or even scrutinizing genome. That's a long sentence, but you need to understand what is the long sentence says. The long sentence talking about what that one view is. What is that one view? Is everybody has some kind of IQ. This IQ is hereditary, difficult to change, can be measured, currently using pen and paper, currently using a test, to eventually by examining brain in action. So this is the current view. Recently, criticism of this conventional wisdom has been mounted. Now somebody has been there. People are saying that what is going on? Some people are currently saying that what the hell is going on? What is this view? A lot of people are shouting and saying what is going on. Okay, let's see. Biologists. Now we have got biologists. Psychology. Biologists. Ask if speaking of a single entity called intelligence is coherent. How can I have just one view? Intelligence could have multiple views. Why not? And question the validity of measures used to estimate heritability or trait in humans. Okay, how can you create some tests to measure these heritability and other things in humans who, unlike plants or animals, are not conceived or bred under controlled conditions? So they have an issue. Humans are not bred in controlled situation. Yep, they are free people. So basically, this is a story. Understood this? You don't have to draw like this, but retain stuff in your head, right? No problem. Okay, now look at the answer choice. Biologists have questioned, biologists have questioned, biologists have criticized, biologists have started questioning psychologists. Okay, the long-standing view, the conventional wisdom, the view that individuals are born more or less with. Okay, let's look at each one. Okay, let's look at each one. Question that is trying to make. Basically, the problem will be in this part. After that, is some problem. Biologists have questioned the long-standing view that it's nearly a century. So that is long-standing. So that is okay. That's an echo. That's a feeble echo, but that's okay. That intelligence is a single entity. Yes, one view, and the attempt to estimate its heritability. Correct. Estimate heritability. Okay, all good. True statement. Put it on hold. Biologists have questioned the view that intelligence is a single entity and the ways in which it is inherited. Okay, this part is fine. The ways in which is that the grip? How are we inheriting? The question is the ways in which. No. The ways in which this makes it wrong. There you go. This is alien. Look, this part is alien. They are not questioning because of the ways in which the process. They are questioning the concept as well. No, not the process that is applied in the concept itself. So this is wrong. Biologists have criticized that conventional wisdom that individuals are born with more or less intelligent potential. That is not the problem. That is just one part. Individuals are born with more or less intelligent potential. There are a lot of other things. The issue that these people have is whether intelligence is one view. Look at sidetrack. Okay, even if this particular part is there is no specific biologist does not have a specific issue whether or not they are born with intelligent potential. The biologist has got issue, but the fact that you have just one view of intelligence, that is a problem. Look, sidetrack, chuck it. Biologists have started questioning. Up tak they were all silent. But okay, recently. Feeble echo. Question psychology's view of intelligence as a measurable, immutable, can never be changed. That's also one other part. It's very similar to answer choice number 3. Answer choice number 3 went ahead and picked this particular part. That is a crib. Answer number 4 is saying, no, 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 no. I'll tell you what the crib is here. Difficult to alter. Reject. First of all, immutable and difficult is two very immutable can never be changed. Difficult to alter is that it could be changed, but it's difficult to change, right? So we have to be the beast. We have to be the beast. This is basically, I know you read the passage in a lazy manner. I am going to pick up stuff from the passage itself. Not the hero of the passage, but I'm going to pick some random things from the passage and give it to the answer choice. Make it look true. Make it look close. There is nothing close. These are wrong. Okay? Let's go meet 2021. Brazil's growth rate has been low. Yet, most Brazilians say their financial situation has improved and they expect it to get even better. Wonderful. Okay, now say this is because reason. Okay, Brazil growth rate is low, but people are saying, yeah, my life has been good. Why? Because most incomes are rising fast with higher minimum wages and very low unemployment. It has got nothing to do with the growth rate, but incomes are rising fast. There is a minimum wage has increased. Unemployment is low. The result of falling inequality and a growing middle class. The result of economic stabilization, improved social security, and universal primary education. Those are the reasons. So essentially, all reason is given for certain people. Brazilians are very, very happy. Hey, we are making money. We are making money. Some people are not. Most are happy, some are not. But despite recent movements in Brazil economy, is still painfully unequal, with poor Brazilians paying the biggest share of incomes in taxes. They are paying taxes, they are burdened with taxes, getting the least back in government services. They are not getting anything from the government services. They are getting least. These people are taxed less. The poor people are taxed more. Author is now eventually, where is the author's focus? Why did the author write this particular passage? Always ask this question. Why did the author write this? Why did they write it? They wrote it to say, I'm going to tell you an issue. A lot of people are very happy, but the poor are still struggling. I want to see that. Okay. We have to chunk and check. Oh, question setter is good. These are short answers. Okay. There'll be some traps. We'll find the trap. Most Brazilians, okay, that most is okay, that most is clearly okay. Clear echo. Most Brazilians feel they have benefited from recent economic events, which is all this, failing. These are all events. So that is a feeble echo. This is okay. Inequality, okay, this is okay. But the poor continue to be dealt, okay, unfairly by the state. Now the question is, can I see a state here? Is it by the state? You're blaming the state. The author here has not explicitly mentioned the same, but can I see some feeble echoes? Is there a huge issue? Income in taxes. Who is forcing taxes? The state is forcing taxes. Government services. I can see some state here. So I can see feeble echo. At this point in time, I don't want to chuck this answer choice number 1. I'm going to keep it on hold. I'm not completely convinced, but I think it makes sense. I think it's fair to say that income in taxes and government services. Alright, I don't know which answer choice can better this one because it has great coverage. It talks about what one set of feeling people are feeling. Because of the second part, it has actually captured the entire second part here. There are 3 sentences, right? Sentence 1, sentence 2, sentence 3. Sentence 1 is talking about most Brazilians, they are happy. Sentence 2 is talking about reasons. Sentence 3 is talking about this. The first one talks about most Brazilians feel they are benefited, okay? From that is sentence number 1 part from recent economic event. Entire sentence number 2 is crunch into saying the recent economic event, and the sentence number 3, which is poor, continue to be dealt with unfairly. It has also got a great coverage, but at this point in time, I don't see which answer choice can better it. Can't. It's very likely going to be 1. But let's look at 2. Economic reforms have benefited many Brazilians. Okay, but they are unaware of an impending problem. Impending is immediate. Okay, there is no such thing from raising inequalities in society. Poor is ignored. there's a clear problem here. This is absolutely wrong. Author has not suggested the problem, any problem is impending. We can chuck answer choice number 2 for sure. With rising income and falling unemployment, okay, most Brazilians are being misled into thinking their economy is doing well. What is this? Is the some other passage. The author is not trying to say that, look, they are telling you wrong things. So this is no good economic indicator have masked the unfair taxation to the poor, okay, that is likely to destabilize Brazil economy in the near future. Where did this happen? This whole thing is completely alien. The author is not predicting any sort of future. What is the consequence of this? Author is merely stating the problem, not mentioning the consequence. All that is saying that this poor is facing the bad situation. Author has not said what is going to happen because of it. The answer choice number 4 is definitely wrong. Answer choice in this case should be answer choice number 1. Put one word to ruin an answer, or one phrase: impending, misled. I just have to put one word. So how easy it is to miss these words. It is easy to miss this word because you're not looking for a problem. If you look for a problem, you find these things. So don't keep searching for the right answer. When you search for the right answer, you will ignore all these things. You're just reading and find, okay, this looks fine. You're looking for a problem. You'll find a problem. You might think, for example, is that a problem? Okay, the government is mentioned. So it is mentioned. So, okay, I'll leave it. It's not a problem. Is impending mentioned? Definitely not mentioned. Misleading mentioned? Definitely not mentioned. This entire thing is definitely not mentioned. That's how we nail it. CAT 2022. It does seem to me that a job of comedy is to offend. I totally agree. And or have the potential to offend. And it cannot be drained of that potential. Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean. You know Mr. Bean. You don't know Mr. Bean. You don't know Mr. Bean. Set of cancel culture. Oh, okay. Interesting topic. So it's like obviously saying that it does seems to be that comedy has to offend. Or the potential offend. You cannot be drained of that potential. So cancel culture is trying to stop that potential of comedy. Every joke has a victim. That's a definition of a joke. Someone or something or an idea is made to look ridiculous. The Netflix star continued. I think you've got to be very, very careful about saying what you're not allowed to make big jokes about. You are always got to kick up. Really? He added, there are lots of extremely smug and self-satisfied people in what could be deemed lower down in society who also deserve to be pulled up. In a proper field society, you should be allowed to make jokes about absolutely anything. I think this is clean. So in responding to the cancel culture, Robin Atkinson is saying, what is saying? Number 1, jokes should be able to offend anyone. That is the purpose of the joke. And cancel culture is trying to drain that purpose. It should be offend. So you cannot come and say whom you are allowed to joke. And there is an example that is given even in lower sung of society. There will be someone lower down in society, poor people, who also deserve to be joked. Everybody. That's all he's saying. This is by giving an example here. Okay, this all the story is. All jokes, all is fine. Here extreme word is fine because the gentleman is actually saying in extreme position. All jokes target someone, and one should be able to joke about anyone in the society. That is true, which is inconsistent with cancel culture. That is absolutely true. This idea is actually not consistent with capital culture. Everything is true. The only problem that I have with this answer choice is this is suggested as the view of the author. This is not author who wrote this particular passage. The view is about Rowan, but none of the answer choice even bothered about it. So we'll also not bother. Ideally should mention. Rowan Atkinson says that or views that. That's how answer choice should have been created, but it's not there, so we'll ignore it. Okay. True. Victims of joke must only be politicians. What Bangalore? What? Not only be politician royalty, but also arrogant people from lower class should be mentioned by comedians. This is just an example. Example is given. You took the example, made it into a hero, and twisted it around. As I mentioned, political loyalty. There are a lot of extremely smug and self-satisfied people. Come on. In what would be in the lower society who also deserve to be pulled down. I think chuck it. Every joke needs a victim. Okay? Needs a victim. Okay? Has a victim. Okay. And one needs to include people from the lower society. And not just upper. Bangalore will get cancelled if they give answer choice 3 as the right answer choice. Look. Cancel culture will happen to I am Bangalore. If they mark, you look at this, right? Look at the tone of this. Look at the tone. If anyone marks this answer choice, deserved to be put in jail. Cancel culture does not understand the role and duty of a comedian. Cancel culture does not understand. That's not what it is. What just said of cancel culture. But say the idea of comedy is that you should be able to allow to offend anyone, because every joke has a victim, and that goes. The cancel culture is going against that particular very principle of joke. That is what is mentioned. Not that cancel culture don't understand role and duty, which is to deride and mock everyone, deride. Bloody waste of a sperm. No, sorry. Just came out of I'm really sorry. Look at the tone, no? Clean. Keep it simple. Get the key, which means key idea. Find the beast. That's all. That's all. Long, short, it doesn't matter. We do the same. There is nothing different I have to do when the capture is long or capture is short. Answer choice is long or short. Nothing different. I do the same thing. It is just that these two poses a different kind of challenges, but the process is one and the same. I hope this made sense. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.